The damage spreading far and wide tonight. The remnants of Ian felt across the Triad.
We are seeing the heavy wind and rain right now, and they are leaving a mark on our area with several trees down. Here's a look at just one of them. A tree sprawled across a road in Greensboro. A viewer sent us this photo from Hilltop Road. You can see it is totally uprooted. Greensboro police have to block off the area and as crews work to clear up the mess. Even more damage in Colfax. A viewer sent us this photo of a tree that came toppling down onto a garage. The blustery winds and the wet ground just too much to take.
Now to the coast where they felt the brunt of the storm. A marina flooded at Carolina Beach. You can see it left 2 cars submerged and not a soul in sight. And check out the rough surf at Curie Beach. Whipping winds stirring up the ocean, crashing the powerful waves into a pier. The Category 1 storm first hit the Petey region of South Carolina. It slammed into Georgetown near Myrtle Beach, causing a pier to partially collapse. This is in North Myrtle Beach.
Power outages have been jumping steadily throughout the day. Right now, Duke Energy is reporting tens of thousands of outages in the Piedmont Triad. The most at last check can be found in Guilford County with about 22,000 homes and businesses in the dark. Alamance County with about 11,000, Forsyth County with about 8,500, and Randolph County with about 5,000.
It will be hours before we are in the clear. The wind and the rain won't be dying down until well into the night.
Our Chief Meteorologist Tim Buckley joins us live now with the very latest on Ian.
Thanks, Chad and Julie. You know, we are watching very carefully and closely, and I want people to know this is going to end. This is not going to last all night long, but right now we're starting to get into the bad part, the worst of it. You've been feeling this now for about 2 hours where the wind just won't let up and the rain keeps coming too. Hang tight. We have about 4 to 6 more hours of this, and then it will start to get better. Here's the storm. Winds are still estimated in the center around 60 miles per hour. That storm center is not really as well defined as before. There's no eye. It's just kind of a messy system at this point. In fact, the Hurricane Center says it's not really a tropical system anymore, but it still has those tropical level winds, and that's what we're having to deal with. If you were to say, well, where did that center go? It's right about here. Notice these brighter colors near Sanford and Harnett County and places like Raleigh. They are getting that really heavy rain like we've been getting. The rain has picked up in intensity. You've been feeling it. But more important than that, the wind has really started to become a bit punishing over the last couple of hours. As I said, that's kind of that swirling area, which would be the center of the low pressure area right near Sanford. But to the south of it, you see what's happening? This is not a glitch. There's really no more rain down in this area. So we do have a back edge, and that's kind of when things will start to improve as that starts to track north toward us by 10, 11, 12, and 1 and 2 in this morning. This is something I wanted to share with you as well. The storm is really changing. It's not a tropical system anymore. It's kind of more like a nor'easter or a wintertime low pressure area. We have all this dry air that's kind of wrapping into the storm, and this is really something that we can use as an X-ray to see what's going on in there. It's called a water vapor loop. This is all the dry air, and that humid air in the storm is kind of getting infiltrated from that, so it's less organized than it was before. Widespread tropical storm impacts, of course. All of these dots represent winds over 40 miles per hour. You are all feeling this right now. These are current wind speeds. These are extremely high sustained winds for our area. They're about 20 to 30 miles per hour. Keep in mind, this is not a gust. This is just the wind steadily blowing this quickly. And of course, what does that do? It adds stress on trees and puts, pressure on anything that could topple over. That's the steady pressure. Now, occasionally we're getting these higher gusts, which have been expected, but right now our current wind gusts are between 40 and 47 miles per hour. This is going to continue. So our wind gust forecast of 35 to 50 for today, it's been pretty spot on, and that will continue to be the case, I expect, through about 11 or 12 tonight, maybe even as late as 1 to 2. We've just now officially passed the 1-inch mark in many locations. Rain has not been that bad compared to expectations. We still have a lot more rain on the way, but so far this is very manageable. We can handle an inch or even 2 inches of rain without too much flooding, especially because of how dry we have been in recent weeks. I'd be surprised if we have any bad flooding developing tonight, but if you have to be out, be cautious. Futurecast. This is 11 o'clock to 12. This is 2 and 3 in the morning. Notice that rain shuts off pretty quickly. And when you wake up tomorrow morning, the bulk of the storm is pushing out of our area. This is around 10 o'clock. It's cold out there. Temperatures are in the 50s. It's cold right now, isn't it? And we'll have a bit of a breeze, but it will not be a bad day of weather, or certainly not a severe day of weather. Things will calm down pretty quickly going into tomorrow. This is probably the part you want to go away the quickest. The winds. They've been tough. They'll continue to be tough. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It's going to be bad for the next couple of hours. It will not be fun. But 8, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, we'll be handling those winds. Then by 12, 1, and 2, they don't go away, but they go down a little bit. More gusting to 20 to 30 at that point. Tomorrow morning, still breezy. We can handle this though. 15 to 20 mile per hour gusts in the morning to the midday and the early afternoon. So things are improving pretty quickly. I just want to reiterate, this is a really weird storm. It's near 80 at the Outer Banks right now. We're in the 50s, of course. Those 50s and cool air wrap around into South Carolina. And I just checked Grandfather Mountain, the weather station up there by the bridge, 35 degrees. It's 35. Up in the North Carolina mountains. There is cold air to be had. This system moves north of us, as I said. The rest of your weekend will be mostly cloudy. We will still have some spotty showers around, but nothing severe for Saturday or for Sunday. You're going to have to hang tight with us over the next couple of hours. We're going to see these temperatures continuing to stay very cool. That latest radar will continue to change quite a bit across our area. And again, the rain and the wind will start to shut down by around midnight or so. That storm center likely to pass right over Chatham County. Then Alamance County looks to be the hot spot. It's no coincidence that we're seeing the highest wind gusts in these counties. That's where you're closest to the storm center. So hunker down if you are in Alamance, Orange, Chatham, Randolph, or Guilford. These are going to be affected the most over the next couple of hours as we continue to track that storm system for you. Once Ian gets out of here, and it will get out of here, we will have mostly cloudy skies this weekend, a couple of scattered showers for Saturday and Sunday, and improving weather. Really, we'll be glad to see the sun. That's going to be coming back heading into next week. Be safe out there, everybody. We're going to continue to keep you posted on air, online, on social media. We'll have you covered. And now we want to show you some incredible photos and videos coming out of this storm.
Yeah, Ben Briscoe here. Through social media and all of your posts, we've been able to follow the storm as it swept across the Carolinas up here to the Triad. Take a look right now. This is the main issue that the Triad is seeing: down trees and power out. This one went down in Archdale right before the sunset tonight. Still a problem out there right now. Out on the coast, Wrightsville Beach, take a look. The flooding, not really that bad. Cars are actually able to drive through it, although they should not be doing that, according to fire rescue. I want to show you, it looks pretty much like you're used to seeing out there. A bad rainstorm, and it could be like this right now. Let's hope it stays this mild out there for them. I want to show you also, in the height of the storm, if we take this full, you can see right here, I'm going to draw on it so you really see, that's a whole group of people who decided, hey, a hurricane's coming through, let's stand on the pier and watch it. Feeling brave, that is one way to put it out there for sure. We also have what looks like a sci-fi movie. The sand just blowing so fast at Curie Beach today. But it's not just sand, also they had a lot of storm surge out that way too. It did cause some minor flooding out there, but again, they are used to it. They've been through this before. And take a look at this. Ocean Isle Beach, probably some of the worst flooding we've seen out on the coast so far in North Carolina, but still what they're used to. It's well below what they build those houses for. We're going to continue to monitor this storm, and you can always get the latest on WFMYnews2.com.